Palestinians are fed up and running out of options, which is why after 47 years of living under Israeli military occupation and 20-plus years of failed peace talks, Palestinian Authority President Mahmoud Abbas wants to take Israel to court, the International Criminal Court in The Hague. Abbas just applied to join the ICC, and if admitted, Palestine could bring charges against Israel for war crimes. It's seen as a last-ditch move from a leader struggling to stay legitimate, and it could be more symbolic than effective. So what prompted it? Let's backtrack to 2012 when the UN recognized Palestine as a non-member observer state. Even though most of the world backed Palestine's UN status, Israel and the US didn't. In fact, both countries penalized Palestine, saying the only way forward is negotiations. But the US-led negotiations, as usual, didn't accomplish much, and the latest round officially broke down in April 2014. Things went from bad to worse with the Gaza war that summer. More than 2,000 Palestinians were killed during 50 days of Israeli bombardments. In the aftermath of the war, Abbas faced an incredible amount of pressure from Palestinians to do something. So here's what he came up with. First, a UN Security Council resolution. Introduced on December 30th, the controversial resolution called for an end to Israel's occupation and the creation of a Palestinian state by 2017. It didn't pass, but even if it had, the US would have probably vetoed it. The US defended its own no vote by saying, yet again, that the only way forward is
a comprehensive settlement achieved through negotiations.
You know, those negotiations that have achieved so much. Anyway, the next day, Abbas moved to join the International Criminal Court. And once again, Israel and the US weren't having it. For Israel's part, Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu had this to say.
הרשות הפלסטינית בחרה לצאת לעימות עם מדינת ישראל, ואנחנו איננו יושבים בחיבוק ידיים. אנחנו לא ניתן לגרור את חיילי צה"ל ומפקדי צה"ל לבית הדין הבינלאומי בהאג.
He vowed punishment and put his money where his mouth is by denying Palestinians $127 million worth of taxes owed to them. That money pays the salaries of thousands of Palestinian civil servants and funds social programs. But the punishment might not end there. The U.S. could pull economic aid to the Palestinian Authority. That's around $400 million a year, something Israel wouldn't mind seeing. So where does it go from here? Well, it takes a minimum of 60 days for an application to the ICC to be processed. Even if Palestine becomes a member, Abbas might not even bring a case to the ICC, and even if he does, the ICC may not have jurisdiction because Israel's already conducting its own investigation into the war. Maybe Abbas should have applied sooner. Abbas has also said he plans to give the UN Security Council resolution another shot, even though many Palestinians criticized it for conceding too much. No matter what happens, one fact remains. The status quo for stateless Palestinians in the occupied territories is not sustainable. Something's gotta give, but what? Follow the Palestinian-Israeli conflict, and you'll hear that settlements are a major sticking point. But what exactly are they? Israeli settlements are residential areas built by Israel on occupied Palestinian territory.